And how did the move into the development sector happen, or was that just a natural segue given
So then,
stage of life and
so I
infrastructure?
met, so now in 2010,
Right after the recession,
and
I guess.
yeah, and I was a lot of stupid deals happening in infrastructure. I wasn't having fun. Our kids at that time were 13 and 15. So, so I said, if I'm not having fun, why don't I just stay at home and traumatize my kids before they go to college? And so that's when I left it. And again, all these stages. I left unvested ESOPs at HDFC Bank. I left unvested carry at
Chris.
IDFC.
Oh, United.
Yeah, and and that was fine. Yeah. It didn't bother me because you will always have golden handcuffs. And today I see so many people who have made so much more money than I have, who don't want to leave because they're going to leave something on the table. And say, so what? You've got more than what you need. But they still feel, no, I can't give up on that. And companies will always keep putting up something. It's like a little dog. They're putting
Yeah.
the bone in front of you all the time and you're staying on here
Yeah.
because of what you will get in the future. And that doesn't happen. So I quit in 2010. And I had no plans. People ask me, what are you going to do? As I told you, I'm waiting for someone to tell me. I literally had no plans. I knew what I would not do. I wouldn't start something on my own,
Why?
and I wouldn't do something full time because the aim was to spend time with the kids.
Ah, okay. That
So
was clear.
that was good. So for the next few years, the one who was actually most traumatized was my wife. So I would one day I remember going into the kitchen and looking at all the bottles, saying, "This is expired, that is expired," and she told me, "Just get out of the kitchen." Yeah.
And then how did the development world happen? Like who did
Again,
you talk to?
accident. One day I get a call, Louis, I'd like you to meet the founder of Sneha, which is an NGO in Mumbai, working on women and child health issues. So I go meet the founder, somebody I knew. My wife was a volunteer over there. Years ago, I was on the board of Akanksha again because my wife was a volunteer before that.
Yeah.
And then here she's a volunteer at Sneha. And so I went to meet the founder. I said, listen, I know nothing about health, so I don't know how I can value add. I want to do something on the education space. And Armida Fernandez, who runs it, who founded it, said, Louis, unless a kid gets proper nutrition when the mother is expecting the kid, and 3 years after that, whatever you do in education then is a waste of time and money because the kid needs nutrition. Nutrition is so important at that early stage. And that's when I realized how things are so connected. And so I got in. And every organization that I've been involved with, I did not know about in 2010. So Coro, another organization, I'm in my private equity days, one of our investors was CDC in the UK. And one of the board members was also now associated with another organization called Leaders Quest. So she reached out to, so I got an invitation that Leaders Quest is over here coming to Bombay. Why don't you come and join a session over there? So that's how I got involved with Leaders Quest. And they partner with this organization called Coro in Mumbai, which does some fabulous work with communities, grassroots leadership development. And I've been now connected with them for over 10 years. I chair the board. And I remember telling Sujata, here am I, you're in Chembur, and I hear about you because of an organization in London. So, so that's everything is just chance. Now, with Center for Civil Society, I'm having lunch with Ajay Shah, one of my friends. Used to be a consultant at the Ministry of Finance at that time, and we were meeting for lunch. And he said, "Louis, what are your plans now since you've quit?" And I said, really have nothing, and talking about different things that I'm interested in. He said, "You should meet Parth Shah." So he connects me to Parth Shah. And before I know it, I'm chairing his board of advisors, and then I get sucked in more. It's been again over 10 years I've been involved. And then one day you said, Louis, when we talked to our alumni, what they really liked was the short-term programs we did for them, talking about policy, etc. Why don't we set up a one-year program, a postgraduate program for public policy? And that's how ISPP got set up. So again, if you look at all the things I've done, it was never my idea. It was somebody else's idea, but I think it made sense and I would run with it.
And that's the thing. I think You didn't lose the forest for the trees that way, right? Like you said, okay, fine. If there's something on the table, that's fine, but this seems more exciting,
Yeah,
and I'm going to do it, and
yeah,
it's going to be a
yeah,
better worth for my while.
yeah, yeah. And it was never, in all these cases, it was never about the money.
It was the challenge, it was the
It was
gratification,
a
it
challenge.
was
So what is
for the people.
coming back to India? It was about, I'd rather do something in India than do something in the US. Setting up, starting HDFC Bank was, let's prove that we can build a world-class bank that we can all be proud
And
of.
you trusted the people who were doing it as
Yep.
well.
HDFC Bank, as an IDFC private equity was, let's build world-class infrastructure. ISPP, let's create next-gen leaders for a rising India. That's what drives you. It's that purpose over there, which is so important.